Hey guys, I'm George D, and I'm here to tell you that if you don't know your minor chords, then you're probably bad at guitar. Much like major chords, minor chords are fundamental to playing music. And remember to hit those like and subscribe buttons below. It'll help you get more videos, and maybe, just maybe, one day you'll be good at guitar. So we went over what a chord is in my last video. If you don't know what a chord is, or you just don't remember, make sure you go back and watch that video. Much like the last video, we're going to be numbering our fingers from 1 to 4. So your pointer finger is going to be number 1, your middle finger is going to be number 2, your ring finger is going to be number 3, and your pinky finger is going to be number 4. So let's start with the A minor chord. The A minor chord contains the notes A, C, and E. So you're going to place your second finger on the second fret of the D string, your third finger on the second fret of the G string, and your first finger on the first fret of the B string. Strum from the A string, and it should sound like this. Now another way to play this chord is to bar the bottom 3 strings with your first finger. Strum from the D string and it should sound like this. You could also place your third finger on the 7th fret of the D string and strum from the D string. It should sound like this. Now this chord is movable, so if you move it up a half step or 1 fret, you'll have an A sharp minor. Up another fret or half step, and you'll have a B minor. And so on. So next is the B minor chord. The B minor chord contains the notes B, D, and F sharp. So you're going to bar the 2nd fret with your first finger. You're going to place your 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the D string, your 4th finger on the 4th fret of the G string, and your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. Strum from the A string, and it should sound like this. Now this is another movable chord, so move it up a half step or 1 fret, and you'll have a C minor. Another half step, and you'll have a C sharp minor. Another, and you'll have a D minor. And so on, all the way up the neck. Now onto the C minor chord. The C minor chord contains the notes C, E flat, and G. We're going to play it the same way that we played the B minor chord, except moved up a fret. Now onto the D minor chord. The D minor chord contains the notes D, F, and A. So you're going to place your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, and your 1st finger on the 1st fret of the E string. Strum from the D string, and it should sound like this. And remember, you can also play the D minor using the movable shapes that we learned earlier. Now onto the E minor chord. To play the E minor chord in an open position, put your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the A string and your 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. Strum all 6 strings and it should sound like this. So now onto the F minor chord. The F minor chord contains the notes F, A flat, and C. So you're going to bar the 1st fret with your 1st finger. You're going to place your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the A string and your 4th finger on the 3rd fret of the D string. Strum all 6 strings and it should sound like this. Now another way to play the F minor chord is to take the A minor chord shape that we learned earlier and move it down. So bar the bottom 3 strings with your 1st finger and place your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the D string. Strum from the D string and it should sound like this. So now onto our last chord, the G minor chord. The G minor chord contains the notes G, B flat, and D. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the F minor shapes that we learned a second ago and we're just going to move them up 2 frets. So we can either play it like this or like this. So that does it for minor chords. If you learn the major chords from my last video and you learn these chords, then you should have a pretty good foundation for learning guitar. So practice these chords, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.